Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to After Hours Gaming League Season 3, Game 3 of Storm8 versus GREE. We're going to go into the game here really shortly. Tara, I'm still kind of stunned from the last game. That Hellbat drop was kind of amazing. I kind of want to play Terran now.
I agree. I'm really excited to do that in Heart of the Swarm when I do switch over. It was a pretty amazing play, but I really think that the GREE player could have kind of combated it if he just realized what was going on and the shenanigans that were going to happen. But I think he stuck to the Reaper play a little bit too long, and then decided to, instead of pumping out Marines that could kind of combat this play that was going to inevitably happen very soon, he decided to start teching, which was obviously a very small but vital error. So it looks like this series is tied 1-1 now. And we are going to go into game number 3, which is Newkirk City, which is Shiver, a Protoss player for Storm8, versus Sushi Slayer, a Zerg player for Team GREE.
All right, let's go into the game.
Yeah.
Game resumed.
All right, and now we're in the game. GL, says Sushi Slayer. And we're going to have a fun game here. The map is Newkirk City. It's going to be some fun Protoss versus Zerg. I can't wait to see what happens on this map, Tara.
I am really liking this map, Dr. Zealot. It's a new map that is out for beta, and it's also in the Wings of Liberty campaign now. Or not campaign. Wings of Liberty ladder! Yeah! And so it's really interesting because the bases that you always spawn at are kind of a little bit close by air. There isn't really any surprise there. There's only 2 Zelnaga watchtowers. Everything is just sort of linear the way you're going to expand and everything, but it is also very, very interesting and good map. Kind of a solid map there. So let's go ahead and introduce the players, Dr. Zealot.
Absolutely. Let's start off with Sushi Slayer representing Team GREE. Well, I just did it. Okay, let's start out. Hold on. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have our Red Zerg representing Team GREE. He is Sushi Slayer.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player playing for Team Storm8, Shiver. You know, I do that kind of often, Dr. Zealot, where I leave out a little bit of information that needs to be said in the intro, and then I just kind of tuck it in there afterwards. I'm like, we have the Storm8, blue Protoss player Shiver in the bottom right-hand corner. You just kind of have to improvise.
This is actually, oh my gosh, is this going to be Nexus first? Yes, it is. Shiver goes for Nexus first. That is a ballsy play. And actually, why this is really cool is because this pylon is right behind the minerals. And yes, that's exactly what I thought he was going to do. He throws the forge down behind the minerals. Now, what this lets him do is that if there's any sort of shenanigans that happen early in the game, he can keep that forge, and he can actually just cancel the Nexus and drop the cannon right here in the main. So he's very, very safe right now, even though it doesn't look like it because he went for this Nexus first. He's very safe.
That is very interesting to note, Dr. Zealot. I love that thought process, that contingency plan that's okay, I want to get ahead economically against this Zerg player who is no doubt going to be expanding really early, but I also want to make sure that this little early link push that he might have isn't going to totally destroy me and let him take the game. So yeah, Dr. Zealot, I'm really excited to see how he handles this and if his control is good enough.
Oh my gosh. He's not going to see the forge in the main, Tara.
Oh my god.
He has no idea the forge is in the main. So, looks like Shiver's little play there, putting the forge in the main, that's gonna be to his advantage, although a small advantage it may be. He sees the cannon now, so he's got another forge somewhere. He just doesn't see it on the map.
Absolutely, and the Protoss player is opting for 2 really early gases, so yeah, we could see some kind of teching. We could see, I don't know, something similar to the first game without the proxy. What do you think we're going to see, Dr. Zealot? You are the Protoss professional here.
The Protoss. Oh gosh.
The Protoss. Lovely.
Yeah, this definitely is an indication of tech. He's probably, you know, he could go for, at this point, he could go for Twilight, or he could go for Robo, but I think he's going to go for one or the other. I don't think we're going to see any sort of like, you know, like 7 or 8 gate play or something like that. Otherwise, it's just too much gas for that sort of a play right now.
I would predict, yeah, a Robo. I was just going to say, a Robo, maybe some kind of Immortal Sentry push. The Zerg player is going for a third, which is going to be nice for him. It is 5 minutes, a little bit early. So he will be a little bit economically ahead, but it looks like the Protoss player will be able to have a very strong push at a certain point, to which the Sushi Slayer Zerg player may not be able to hold.
Yeah, one interesting thing to note about this map on Newkirk City is this third right here, which is closer to your base, is also pretty open, and when you expand here, you're expanding towards your opponent. So a lot of Zerg players especially don't like expanding here. Terran or Protoss might expand here just because it's a little closer. So Zerg like to take this third that's a little farther away and then try to spread the creep and make up for the fact that there's some distance between the natural and the third there.
Absolutely. Zerg can do this too because they are a little bit more mobile. And it looks like this Sentry and this Immortal, or not Immortal, the Sentry and the Stalker are going to like push away these two scouting Zerglings. And, you know, with Terran, as you were saying, something that just popped into my head, you can always place tanks up in your main so that your third is protected on maps like these, which is kind of cool and kind of nice.
Ooh, a nice scout coming out here by Sushi Slayer. This is a nice timing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Zerg player and you're below the Master's level, take note of the timing of this Zerg Overlord Scout, because this is a great time to put it into your opponent's base. He's going to just walk right through the base, get as much information as possible, and I suspect if he gets real close, he might see that Robo and know exactly what's coming for him. Oh,
The GREE Zerg is... Go ahead.
Oh, but now he knows. He dropped some Zerglings in the base, so he knows exactly what's coming for him. He should have seen those Immortals.
Absolutely. The GREE Zerg, as I was going to say, he is really going to play defensive now. He's dropping a couple spine crawlers. He knows what's going on. He has a great map control. He has Overlords everywhere, and this Overlord is going to go down, but he knows exactly what kind of army composition Shiver has.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, sacrificing some more Zerglings here. Maybe a miss rally on those guys. But he does need to get a little bit of an army up. He's got 28 Zerglings coming out on the map, and these Zerglings do have speed. Those Zerglings are going to head out across the map. Meanwhile, the Protoss forces are moving out and across the map, and there are no Zealots as part of this composition. This could be terrible for our Protoss player. And oh my gosh, the Zerglings are going to get everything. The force fields are too late, and everything is just going to die. There's so many Zerglings here. These Immortals are just terrible against these Zerglings, and oh my gosh, the Protoss player is just losing so much. Such a great trade for our Zerg player right now.
Amazing play by Sushi Slayer, the red GREE Zerg. That was pretty amazing, and he's streaming more Lings across the map. He wants to finish this. He wants to take care of these Immortals, these Sentries. Stalkers are now out on the map, a couple Zealots, but that is not going to make a difference. A Warp Prism is in production at the moment as well, or he does have it out already. And it looks like he wanted to kind of elevator these up into the main base or something and do some kind of timing attack, but is not going to be able to come to fruition with Sushi Slayer pushing so hard with these Lings.
Yeah, he just lost so much in that last exchange. I don't know if he should really be pushing right now. And it's going to be really hard for him with the micro on this Warp Prism. He's going to have to constantly keep warping units in. He doesn't have a forward pylon or anything like that, so he's going to go all in with this, and don't know if this is going to work for him. He's starting to bank a lot of minerals.
Sushi Slayer now has 6 or 7 roaches on the map, which are going to help him immensely in this interaction here. Just picking off a couple of Zealots. He's running in with his Lings. He is surrounding everything. Roach is doing amazing damage against these Zealots that are trapped in between all of these Lings, and it looks like he's picking things up with his Warp Prism. Doing a little bit of micro here. It's very good, but he has lost pretty much everything. Shiver is opting to drop things into the main base, warp some more in, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold. Especially now that Sushi Slayer has some Hydralisks on the map.
Yeah, no way. GG, says Shiver.
Very nice game.
What a
that was amazing.
Powerful defense there. A powerful defense there by Sushi Slayer.
Zerg players often have a lot of problems against Immortal Sentry kind of builds and kind of pushes and all-ins and stuff like that. But Sushi Slayer was able to be like, no, I am going to do the perfect composition, the perfect timing. I'm going to scout. I'm going to get information early enough, and I'm going to make sure that I secure this win. And it puts Team GREE at 2-1.
Absolutely. He scouted. He did all the things that he needed to do. He sent in that Overlord at about 7 minutes and 30 seconds. He saw the tech. He saw the army composition, and he reacted to it properly. So he was able to take care of that game. Now, in just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into game number 4 of Storm 8 versus GREE. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.